A Legend of Zelda live-action show exclusive to Netflix and in the vein of Game of Thrones, except for, you know, not with all the over-the-top violence, which I love the gritty nature of Game of Thrones. I mean, just imagine the Golden Crown scene happening in Legend of Zelda. It's all like da-da-da-da, and then he just dumps it on like Ganon's fucking head. It's just so much brutality in that. Like, the mountain shows up, and they could, like, do a PG version of it, and he's just going after the fucking Viper, caving his head in, and all of a sudden just butterflies come flying the fuck out, and confetti and shit instead of blood. I would laugh my ass off. The whole Golden Crown thing, that'd be great. They would act like, you know, it's a fucking Gatorade bath or something from some kind of football game. Some silly shit like that. Oh, man, that would... PG Game of Thrones would be hilarious, I'm just putting it out there. But a live-action Legend of Zelda show done up in that kind of style would be amazing, but the thing that I keep on thinking about is that Nintendo has gone out of their way numerous times to go and state that they will never apply a voice to Link. If Link's never going to have a voice, then the entire central cast revolving around the main character would have to do all of the acting and do everything while you have this silent protagonist? I don't even know how that would work. I mean, could they make it work? They probably could, but then I think about what universe will this be set in. Think about it, the Legend of Zelda games. There's all sorts of different worlds, technically, eras that the Legend of Zelda series ends up showing up in. What characters would you take from what, or would you take this from the manga, or would you take it from the old 80s cartoon show, or would this just be its own thing? And Nintendo pretty much just has to write off and approve stuff on it. And there's so many factors taken into account, and this is really early. I'm talking like no actors, writers, directors, nothing planned with that, just the idea of it is floating around out there. Hell, there's a good possibility that this might even not come to fruition. Which is kind of a shame, because with a franchise as amazing as The Legend of Zelda, you can see the potential and how great it could be if they decide to do something like this. I mean, me personally, I'd rather have an anime of it or something similar to that. I just think that would work better. It'd be easier for them to play to the strengths of the series and then go from there into a live-action adaptation, whether it be a movie form or a television show, kind of like this. And it also shows that if Nintendo is open to this idea, what about other series? I mean, apply a Star Wars-like budget to the Metroid series, and you can have all my fucking money. I'll empty out my motherfucking wallet. I'm like, just take all of it. It doesn't even matter. Just, oh man, so happy. You know, I think about that, and again, it would be great, but Nintendo is very careful with their properties. Not super careful, since we already know that them and Philips, they got to spawn all those Legend of Zelda games that they want to see swept under a rug and stay under the stairs and shit. They treat it like the movie Basket Case. I'm like, this is my brother inside there. It's a good movie, by the way. But who knows? I mean, it could happen, it could not happen, but if it gets done in Game of Thrones style, I would fucking love that. I really would. And it also helps I'm a big-time Game of Thrones fan, and I cannot fucking wait for the next season. The wait seriously kills me, like, all the time, especially after all the crazy shit that happened last season, just... And the new Legend of Zelda, seen the trailer for that, and then just applying it's all sorts of hype trains just everywhere. Dude, all fucking aboard that stuff. But what do you think? Do you think this will really happen, or do you think this is kind of just them jaw-jacking and nothing's gonna come of it? You know, who the hell knows? But either way, I would like to see it done right, naturally. I don't want to see them just go and do half-assed everything and then it just turns into another running joke that we can make tons of fucking memes out of. I want something that I can look forward to every single week, season after season, and especially if it could go and bridge off into a whole bunch of other things within multimedia. Just, fuck, that'd be awesome. So anyway, opinions, thoughts on it? Yay, you like the idea? Nay, it'll just turn into a big heaping pile of shit, since a lot of video game adaptations into live action end up turning that way, unfortunately, which is just the nature of shit, because Hollywood. But this is on Netflix, so who knows? It's not meant for theaters. No. It could be good, it could be bad, or it could just turn out to be nothing other than fucking vaporware. Sadness, right? Anyway, this is AlphaOmegaSin, as always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers. Game the fuck on.